Hi, and I welcome you all for the today's session 8 in Unit 1 of Understanding of Vector-Based Graphics. Let us see the topic which I am going to cover in this session. Today we will discuss about blends, gradients, pattern along with some multiple choice questions. Now we will understand one by one. Blends objects to create and distribute shapes evenly between two objects. When we can blend between two open paths to create a smooth transition between one object to another object. Similarly, we can combine the blends of colors and objects to create a color transition in the shape of particular object. Now I will show you how to create a blend using a blend tool in Illustrator software. First, I will create a square shape and I will fill a color red. Next, for the second object, I will create a small circle and I will give the color orange. By selecting both, go to the tools, click on blend tool. From here to second object to first object, if you drag and leave it, the blend will apply. See, the smooth transition has occurred. The color is off. If you click outside, see the object. Both are marked along with color. You can change the shapes, style of the object's placing, everything. Go to object menu, click on blend. If you don't want to blend, you can release it. If you want to make, go to object, click on blend, make. Similarly, you can go to blend and click on blend options. Here you have some extra feature to edit the blending. Smooth color, specify distance. You can specify the distance also here. See the changes, you can see it if you reduce the steps also. So now I will reduce the steps to 10. See, it is the blending and the objects both are changing. Now I will make it a 5 steps. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between the objects only 5 steps I have made it. Similarly, if you want, you can make it 2 only. See, 2 objects, 4 objects. Okay. Or if you want a smooth transition, you can increase it. Is step edges, if you want still more, you can increase it. See, you can increase it still more, then you will get a fine finishing of blending the objects. This is one method. If you want to reverse it, the top objects comes to the down and the second objects comes to the down. Go to blend, click reverse pane. Okay, the box are overlapping like this. If you reduce it, you can see it this one. I will show you that also. Click on blend options, steps, make it 20. Let us see the preview. Still more, I will reduce it to 10. Then you can see another style of design. Now I will show you reverse to front back. See, from here to here it is blending. If you want to change the positioning changes, you can click on direct selection tool and select it and you can change it however you want. You can bend this path by path converter tool by holding the alt. You can change this place. You can bend it. See, then design has been occurred. 1 minute. If you select duplicate, click on this. See, it will change the shape. This is the method of creating a blending between two objects, and you can color also, you can smoothly merge. Let us see the next one, gradient fill. Use if you want to apply a gradient blend of a color as you would apply any other color. Even in a blending of two colors, we can gradually blend without it is blended. We can fill it as smoothly blend the two colors. That is possible only in gradient as like our rainbow colors. Creating a gradient file is a good way to create a smooth color gradation across one or more object. We can gradient as the swatches to make it easy to apply the gradient to the multiple objects. The gradient fill box displays the current gradient colors and the type. When you click on the box, selected object is filled with the gradient. By default, panel includes the start and ending color of the box, but we can add more number of colors box by clicking anywhere along the color slider. See the figure, carefully observe it. In the default only you have the starting and the ending color, in between the counterbalancing or the gradient slider, we can call it as gradient fill box. This is the two types, one is linear and radial gradient types. Angle, you can change the color of the angle, location, how much percentage you required in this. Before going to the pattern, I will show you how to create a gradient. 1 minute. Click on the new box or the circle. Okay. Go to Windows, click on gradient. This gradient will open, or else you can apply the gradient from here. Drag and lay. If you fill the color, or you can make it from any radial or a linear, you can select. This is the default thing. Now you can change the shape from gradient. See, it can start from here to here, or like this, or from here to here. You can change this, you can change this, you can do it from the gradient tool. By default, it is always a black and white color. This is the gradient slider. You can increase or decrease or still more, or you can make it like this. Okay. You can add a little from the color swatches. If you drag the color and leave it to the panel, then that color will add it. If you don't want, you can remove it. See, by clicking this, it will come out. You can add it. Similarly, you can change the color to like this also, it will happen. Even if it is a linear, we can give the angle of the color. If you click it 45, you make it like this. Angle may be S75. Location, see the angle was changed. 50% location of this, half of that it will cover. 100% means fully. Okay, this time, like this it will occur. If you press 0, then you can, like this also you can do it. This is how you can create a gradient. If you want this gradient has the universe swatches as a default or your own, you can click here and you can, if you double click, you can give a name for your gradient swatch. Okay. For example, my gradient. Click OK, or else similarly, next we see the pattern. How to applying of gradient and all those things we have seen in this already. Next is pattern. Illustrators comes with many patterns that we can access in a swatches panel. We can customize the existing pattern and design pattern from scratch with any of Illustrator tools. Pattern is intended for filling objects, differ in design until from patterns intended to apply to the path with a brush panel. Before going to MCQ, I will show you how to create a pattern. Select any object or any shape. By default, you can have a gradient pattern. You can apply like this also. Or else if you want to create, to create anything, I will take it as from the brush. This is I have selected, okay, and I will make this as a pattern by duplicating this. Okay, I will make it this as a pattern by selecting all these things. Drag it to the swatches. 1 minute, yeah. It is 1 minute. I will do it from the brush once again. Click and apply it, duplicate it, and select the thing, go to swatches, add it. See, the pattern has been created of your own. Now I will draw a circle and I will fill this pattern inside. See, the pattern has been filled inside the shape of the object which we have created our own. You can, if you want to give a name, you can click on the double and then you give it. Similarly, you can write in the here also you can create new swatches, duplicate and whatever you want. Or you can, if you don't want, you can delete it. That is also possible. See, I don't want this. Now I will delete the swatches. This is how you can create a gradient pattern or the blending. You can do n number of things in number of designs in Illustrator software. Let us discuss the multiple choice question. Dash objects to create and distribute shapes evenly between two objects. The options are gradient, pattern, blend, and none of the above. See, the objects to create and distribute shapes evenly between two objects. We have already done. We can, by reducing the step of that, we can create the and distribute the shapes evenly between two objects. This is the clue for this option. Question. Next is blending option. Blending options by double clicking the dash tool. The options are gradient, blend, pattern, none of them. In the question itself, there is a clue for this answer. This statement, we can also blend between two open paths to create a smooth transition between the objects. The options are true, false, true or false. we have seen already to blend the two path or two objects, smooth transition, we can do it for even color also we can make it. So the clue I have given for this question to answer. Next, creating a gradient file is a good way to create dash color gradations across one or more objects. The options are filled, modify, smooth, and none of the above. Always to create a good way, the question dash color gradations across one or more objects. Always, if you want a good effect, more number of blending should or gradient should occur. So this clue for this answer is rainbow colors. How it will be visible when it is raining in the sky. Next, the box displays the current gradient color and type. The dash box displays the current gradient color and type. The options are gradient fill, pattern fill, wet ink, and none of the above. In the question itself, you have the clue for answer. It may be available in a Windows menu. Next question, dash panels to apply, create and modify the gradient. The options are gradient, pattern, color, and none of the above. This is also similar to your last question. It is also available in the Windows menu. Next, use the dash to fill objects and brush pattern to outline objects. The options are gradient, fill pattern, color, none of the above. You may use it with your own, or you can create it. This is our default also, you can use it for this. This is the clue for this option, question. Okay. Next, thank you all once.